Hi guys, today we're going to be making this fabric flower. It could be used for decorating clothing, your hair, shoes, whatever. Here you see I have an alligator clip in the back of it. These are some of the accessories we could use. The alligator clip, barrette, ponytail holder, pin backs, and of course your metal headbands like this one. Right, to get started, what you're going to need also is needle and thread, a hot glue gun, some felt, some scissors to cut your felt, some pearls, some beads to put in the middle of your flower, and of course have some glue sticks. Here I have sheer fabric. I don't know the name of it, it's just sheer. Whatever fabric you have is okay, I guess. And what we're going to do is we're going to be cutting petals and just sewing them. So I'm going to move everything out of the way so I can show you how to create your own design. Basically, what you want to do is just create like 5 petals. Okay, so you'll have, let's determine where the center is just for a second. And so here's my center. Here's my center. I want to create 5 petals on here. So we'll do the basic like a star. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just to give us an idea of where we're going with it. So I've cut out a 4x4 piece of paper and my fabric squares. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these squares represents an inch. So since I've already cut my shapes out to be 4 inches, so just randomly leaving yourself like that much from the center without cutting, just create yourself some random shapes coming up to the edge, of course, like I said, the 4 inches, which is what I've already cut. Doesn't really matter because it's all going to get bunched up to create our flower. Do as much, as good as you can do. Coming up to the edge. Now you can fidget with this shape. I'm not doing it perfectly because, like I said, we're going to be bunching these up. Okay. This one looks a little wimpy. So now here I'm going to make a little oval, a little pointier. As you can see, gotten my basic design, but I want to put a little definition into it a little bit. I'm just, instead of making it oval, I'm just going to make a little pointier at the ends. Make this maybe a little fatter. There's no right or wrong, just get your petals in there. Once you bunch them up and you sew them all together, nobody's going to notice anything. And if they do, then tell them to do a better job than you. Alright, I guess you got an idea of my basic design. So I'm going to turn the camera off right now. I'm going to go and cut these. I'm going to use scissors for paper. Never use your fabric scissors for paper. It will ruin them, and these what these are for. Okay, so I'll be right back and then I'll show you how I prepare to cut the pieces out. Okay, so here you can see my pattern. I've pinned it down with all the layers of fabric. I did 14 layers of fabric. I've put it down. And so basically all you can do is just start cutting through all the layers. This is fairly a thin piece of fabric in itself, so it's pretty easy to cut through. It's a little difficult to try and cut and make sure that I stay within the view of the lens. I'm cutting the way you see I'm cutting only because if I come down here and I try to pivot to come back up the other side, it's a tight squeeze, so it's just easier just to go around all of the points and come down. Then I can just do the same on the opposite. So yeah, like I was saying, these are pretty easy to make, and you could use this to decorate just about anything. Like if you have a nice spaghetti strap shirt, you could put a bunch of these going down the strap on one side, making it really pretty. You can put it onto hair clips, scrunchies, barrettes, whatever you have, ponytail holders, sticking them in your hair. If you have a wedding, you could probably stick a few of these on to the little flower girl's basket around the handle if you're going to buy one pre-made, and they do come kind of plain sometimes. It's an easy fix. As you can see, this is not too difficult. Like I said, it's 14 layers. Now these are Ginger scissors, which are amazing scissors, and it cuts through all these layers, and I take extremely good care of them. Always putting it back in its sleeve, because if these fall they can nick and then you won't be able to cut properly. Okay, so basically these have been cut. You can see. Now I want to cut my little circles where I'll be attaching them. Now I use the spool just to trace around it. Okay. I'm not too concerned with this. I've seen people using these with necklaces where they take and they make these circles. Let's say this was a necklace. What they would do is they attach a piece of felt on the bottom with the flower attached to that, and you make a necklace. Oh, here's an example. You could do pretty coordinated pieces as well. As you can see, there's pearls with smaller and bigger. You could make them bigger and smaller, different size ones. I've seen that. These have endless amounts of uses. Okay, so I have my needle threaded. Have to tell you, I love a needle and thread in my hands. So basically we're going to take one felt circle. I'm going to take the needle, bring it up through the center, It's been tied in the back, as you can see. Let me make sure that that's a good bigger knot. And yes, I can do anything and everything with my nails. I'm sorry if some people don't like it, but I'm in the beauty industry and I do nails. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the center, take a little pinch, and you're just going to pull it. Okay, and then you're just going to go back in, and just come out another side, pinch up a little bit, and you're going to do this with all 14 layers. Okay, so now I just did that one. Now I'm going to take another one, find the center, again, come in right here next to it, and just come up. Okay, you see how it's going to start to build on itself? And do one more, and again in the center, pull up, and that's it. We're going to be doing this to all the petals, and you can see how it starts to want to start filling up. So I'm going to do this off camera, and when I'm done I'll be right back. Okay, I'm almost done sewing, so I figured I'd just show you how I'm holding it as it keeps getting full. I keep the petals in my left hand. Again, just come to the middle, grab a little piece of the felt, pulling it up. When I do that, move everything over. Keeps everything in control. Again, come to the center. As you can see, I've kept everything right in the center because it's so little fabric you're pulling, you're not going to use up the whole felt circle. And my last one. Now this one I pull to the back. The last one I go through the top, pull out through the back, and I'll be tying it in the back. Okay, so this is the back of the flower. I stitch through just a few times to secure my thread to make sure it doesn't come apart later. Knotting it back here. You can see I make a little loop, bring the needle through it, pull on that, and that locks our stitch. Alright, so I'm going to cut the excess thread off so you can see how it looks in the front. Just shake it out, and there you have your flower. Okay. Now I need to find the center so that I can attach what I want to decorate it with. So I'm just shaking it out, making sure that I have even distribution of the petals all the way around. Because when I did this one originally, I actually had more petals on one side than the other. So you learn from my mistakes. So that kind of looks even to me. You know, and just twist it a little bit. Get the petals all over. No, I'm not happy with it. But whatever you see me doing wrong, there you go, that kind of looks good there, right? So instead of using the pearls today, I have this beautiful little satin covered button, and I'm just going to place it in the center for my decoration. Again, gonna knot my thread. Again, sorry about my nails, but like I said, I'm a hair and nail technician in the beauty industry for many years, and it's like I always tell people, you gotta use what you sell. It's like a dentist. Would you go to a dentist who has ugly, dirty teeth? I don't think so. I think you would trust somebody who knows what they're doing with themselves if they're doing it the right way. Okay, so here you see I've attached my button to the center. Now go to the back. You would do it a couple times, but because I'm just doing this for demo purposes, you do it maybe 2 times, and then you just come to the back. I'm not even going to knot mine off because I might change it out later. Alright, now it's time for the accessories. I'm not going to be actually attaching mine because I just want to show you for demo purposes. If you were doing a barrette, okay, you would take your hot glue, put it here or here, and you would press it. You'd press it and hold it till it cools off. Remember, when you're using a hot glue, always to have cool water in the cup next to you in case you burn yourself. You can immerse your finger in the cool water and stop the burning. That's one. Then you have these alligator clips, or you have these, which are known as pin curl clips. Work just the same. The only difference is these have little teeth on them. I don't know if you can pick that up. And these are just smooth. You can find these in the beauty supply anywhere, or any drugstore or supermarket. So basically what you would do with this one is you would put hot glue on the bottom, or any type of glue that you have. You put it here. You would open this up. You would insert this other circle in here, encasing the clip. That's another process. Now another one is, if you're going to use it as a ponytail holder, you put that there, and instead of using the circle, you'd use a little piece of, well, I'm not going to cut another piece of felt right now, but you could just take a little rectangle piece of felt, right? Hot glue that to the center. Alright, or if you just want to use the circle, you could slice it down the center and just insert it. Whatever makes you comfortable, whatever you want to do. Okay, that's one. Another one is, if you want to apply it to a headband, you simply hot glue it to the headband. Now these headbands have these little metal tabs here because that's how I bought them. But you would hot glue that there, making yourself a little headband, and you can attach as many or as little as you want. Well, I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope I didn't leave anything out. Oh, there's one more. A pin back. You can make it into a pin. Alright, just sew this on, hot glue it, and again, you can attach cut a smaller circle, which I don't have right now, so you would just cut a small circle, put it in there just to cover the hardware, just to set the width of the center after you've attached that. And you can use this on garments, like I said. You could take a, suppose this is your spaghetti strap on a nice shirt. If you do a couple of these on your spaghetti strap, it'll look pretty, decorative, or around the collar of a shirt to decorate that, make it cute. And like, let's say if you have a pair of shoes that are boring, a wedding pair of shoes or something, you can buy the shoe clips or whatever, hot glue them, sew them on, put them at the end of the shoe to decorate your shoes. Well, I hope this has been helpful, informative, and you've enjoyed it. Remember, you only need 14 leaves. I showed you, cut the shape any way you want. This is a 4x4, 14 layers, 4x4. You could use pearls, you could use buttons, you could use jewelry findings with pearls in them, whatever you have. Just have fun, be creative, and start decorating with flowers for all your accessories. Alright, I just wanted to add a little note to the other flower I just made, that you can also do the exact same thing with t-shirt fabric by the yardage. I mean, if you have old t-shirts, you can recycle that, but I actually have it by the yard, and once you pull on it, so you can see it curls up the edges, alright, which is how we did these. Did everything the same as before. The only difference is that these are just little strips. Let me see, measuring here with my ruler. These are like 3-inch strips by maybe an inch wide. 3 inches by 1 inch. Okay, so you'll cut a bunch of these little strips, and what you do is you're going to take them and you're going to pull on them. Pulling on them curls it up, and then you're going to be sewing it the way we did before. You're going to be grabbing a little piece here, and you're going to be attaching it only to the center. As you can see, it's only attached to the center by sewing it just in the center, as I did before with the white flower. And I separated it. And of course I put some pearls there. This is the exact same thing as the white one. The only difference is it's just little circles. It is created exactly the same. The only difference is that this is just a plain circular disc. Nothing special, just a circle that you divide in half, and then you divide it into a quarter, and then you come back again and you just sew the tip of the quarter again, like before, through the center right there, catching it and then finishing in the back. Then what you do is you just smooth these out, spread them out, and you have your pretty flowers. Again, when you're completed with these, they have felt backs, and you would follow the steps as I showed you before for attaching whatever hair accessories you want on here, clips, whatever. And again, these have been sold with jewelry, where these are done in different sizes, strung onto chains with different beads and whatnot, and coordinating fabrics to what you'll be wearing. And I also have these flowers, which you've seen before, my other tutorial. These again could be made, like I said, for a necklace. You would have, of course, the felt on the back. You put the felt You'd put the felt onto the necklace, sandwich it in between the necklace with the two felts. Then you would have string some pretty stones on the side, a little bit of chain or a little bit of ribbon. Make yourself some decorative necklaces to coordinate with whatever fashions you're wearing. So I hope that's been helpful, and you try these. Let me know what you think. Hope that you have fun making them and that I've been able to teach you in a fairly easy way. Again, sorry about the nails, but I'm not cutting them. Okay, thank you.